1 minute warning. 1 minute warning. Huzzah! Oh, come on, we get better than that. Huzzah! That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff.
We've already had one injury this week. We don't need another one.
I got to stand here.
Yes.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go on for the 2022 Popcorn Kickoff. Let's go on, Ryan. Let's hear something. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to start tonight by introducing Sir Clifton Washington, the chairman of the Popcorn, and Sir Ryan Moon, king of the Popcorn. Huzzah! Huzzah!
Well, good evening, everyone. I don't know about you, but I'm a little excited at that entrance right there. I can't even follow that. But I am excited about popcorn. Popcorn is actually a vehicle that we can use to pay for programming. And programming helps develop our scouts to do many things in our community within character development. So I'm excited about what we have to offer this year. So without further ado, if Ryan's got his breath, he can come on up and give us the nuts and bolts, my man. Great intro.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, Clifton. I would have dressed up too. You guys ready to sell some popcorn? I know we have more than $800,000 worth on there today, so we're anxious to get that out in your hands. So, all right. Let's talk about, do we have any brand new colonels here in the house? First time selling popcorn. All right, welcome. Glad you're here. Well, let's talk a little bit about why popcorn, you know? We thought it worked. All right. There we go. Okay. Everybody knows we're selling scouting, not popcorn, because popcorn funds our program. All the exciting things we do, and we're able to do exciting things through the popcorn sale. You're going to hear a little bit more about that. Great thing about popcorn, one of our scouts learning by selling popcorn. It's real easy to ask for a handout or have somebody donate to the unit. But what is the scouts learning by doing that? Really nothing, but through popcorn, they learn a lot of skills, and it's beneficial to our scouts. All right. And for those of you, don't worry about taking all your notes and try to write everything down or take screenshots. We will post the PowerPoint to the popcorn page of the website first thing. So it will be up there. So you'll have access to all these great pictures and slides. All right. Okay. We know that popcorn equals program. Funds all the great things you guys do in scouting. The cool thing is your scout can do $1,000 in under 8 hours. How many scouts out there did over $1,000 in 8 hours? Look at all those hands. Look at that. I wish I could make $1,000 in 8 hours. I need to get a job selling popcorn. All right. Okay, so easy. And this handout is in the back too that you can pass out to all your scouts. Real easy to hit a goal of $1,000 per scout. All right, well, let's talk about, a lot of times I'll hear from some units, what do we do? Well, we'll see how much popcorn we sell, and then we'll decide what we're going to do. And they're doing it backwards. You guys need to dream big. In our units, you're going to hear from some units that dream big, and they plan big time adventures. Say, you know what? We're going to go out there and fundraise and earn our adventures. And so there's a great budget tool, an Excel spreadsheet, that if you haven't been using something like this, where you dream big, put in all the activities, the adventures you want to do for the scout year, and then set a goal. Real simple. And we've got that on the website as well. So pretty exciting. And I believe, was that my last slide? Yes, it is.
We'd like to bring up Queen Shannon of PAC 930.
Hello. It's kind of hard to see way back there as we're coming up there. So we just had our planning meeting last month, and we went and looked at everything we wanted to do for the year. And then we went back and did our budget based on some of the activities. And a lot of these activities, we've kind of started making them annual events as we've grown more and able to sell more in popcorn. We kind of that's a keeper. That's what we want to do all these things. And when we do our budget, I don't know if you can see over there, we're expecting to spend about $20,000 on our scouting year, which seems like a lot, I know, but we do a lot of fun things. We do, let me start over. So what this enables us to do is invite everybody to everything all the time. So we're a pack, we're little, we have the kids, and then they usually have siblings. So it's a great way to get other people to want to participate, their younger brother or sister to join us later. We also use them as recruiting events. We ask if they have a friend, they can bring a friend, and we don't have to worry about charging that friend so much, or they don't get charged, but the people in the pack do get charged. So it's really nice that it allows everybody to participate all the time. So that's why we always set these big goals. Now, we do know that if something happens, we're not able to sell as much popcorn as we need to hit that. Well, we can always do less, and we've done more with less before. But it's nice to be able to have that and be able to just know that you don't have to keep track of who's paid their $5 for this event, who's paid for this one. It's really nice just to be able to do it, all of it. So if you go to the next one, we got a couple pictures of some of the things we did the last year. So camping, we do try to do camping at least 4 times a year, 3 to 4 times a year for a pack. Our blue and gold, that's our big thing that we spend a lot of money on. It's a lot of fun. If you're volunteering, you're here, usually you're the same volunteers that do the same, like have to do all of it. So that blue and gold, we try to make it where it's something that we as leaders get to enjoy too. It's usually at the place down over on Sunset. We rent it. The kids have so much fun dancing on that dance floor. We don't even have to have other activities. That's just what they want to do. We have a photo booth usually, so they have memories they get to take with them, but it's a really great time. We've also got to do at the Las Vegas Lights, the opening ceremony on the field, and able to provide tickets for all of our pack to do that too. Those that wanted to, we paid for that. They didn't have to come out of their pocket and do that. So it was another free event. Last year for our popcorn, or if you hit a certain amount, they got to go to the Roar and Snore in San Diego. That ended up, we had quite a few people. We weren't sure how many we were going to get. It ended up costing our pack quite a bit, a little bit more than we were expecting, but it was good to see that so many people are excited about that. So if you go to the next one, I know it can be daunting to think that you're going to sell this much popcorn to fund a $20,000 pack year, but it is very doable. It adds up really quickly. Some things that have helped us is just that we explain to our parents why we're doing it. We break them out, like, this is how much the scout year costs. This is why we do that. If you hit that $1,000, it pays for everything. And that $1,000, as I just said earlier, is pretty easy to hit. It doesn't take too long. And we also really go after the parents. We teach them the tricks and tips. We sit there with them on their first shift if they've never sold before and kind of coach them and help them. And if we see something like, hey, that's great, but if you did this, you could do even better. You know, it's all about the technique. We are selling scouting, and how you do that really makes an impact. We also have additional prizes for our pack. Like we said, the Roaring Snore was something our pack offered to those that hit $2,500. And it did motivate a lot of kids to get there. It's an expensive kind of activity and it's a fun one. And getting to go as a big group was fun. Raffle prizes. We also do other prizes for hitting certain targets. And then at $1,000, we help pay for their scouting year. So we always talk about a scout pays their way. If they hit that $1,000, their family shouldn't have to come out of their pocket for anything for the rest of the year, because that has funded fully what we want to do, and it has funded their year. So their dues, the national dues, are covered. One thing that I forgot to put on here that has really helped our scouts, and I talked about it last year too, is that no challenge that Brooke found online. It has been a lifesaver, because I don't know about you, but our kids always there's always those days where you cannot motivate them with anything. That no challenge works. That's where you offer them 10 cents, you know, a quarter for every no, or hey, if you hit 100 no's, I'll give you $5. We'll go to Five Below is my kid's favorite store now. Not the Dollar Tree, it's got to be a Five Below, but you motivate them and they get excited about hearing the no's, because that can be very disheartening to the kids. But they hear that and they're like, there's another no, mark a no, I got another one. So it's very exciting. It keeps them motivated for that whole time they're out there. So thanks to Brooke, we got that. That has helped like the last 3 years, I'd say, wouldn't you? Right? Yeah. So and that's it I have for my.
Thank you, Queen Shannon. I've been waiting to say this next one part for my whole life. We'd like to welcome Queen Elizabeth of Pack 96 coming up. Hola!
Oh, it's hard to follow Shannon because she does such an amazing job. Do you happen to have the thing that I can? So yeah, well, the flyers usually. Sorry.
Look at the screen.
Oh yeah, thank you. Okay. So I just want to go over a little bit about, for us as a unit. I'm Elizabeth. I'm with Pack 96. Preface that. This is my 3rd year as a popcorn colonel. My first year was the year of COVID, and as you can imagine, that was a really fun year to kick off popcorn sales and all the challenges that came with that. And so we sat down with our leadership team and just said, how are we going to do this? You know, we're not going to have funds for our kids if we don't. And everyone was committed. So we jumped in and we sold 40,000 that year. So that was our first year. So that got my feet wet. And honestly, council was so amazing in working with me with how much to order, like how to incentivize our scouts. And so this next year, we set a goal of 60,000, and all of our leaders in the room looked at me like I had 3 heads. They're like, there is no way we are selling $60,000 in popcorn. And we end up selling 122,000 in popcorn. So, and there's a couple ways we did that. Like Ryan said, it's really important to sit down and plan your vision and your dream for your unit. You know, what do you guys want to do? What activities do you guys want to participate in, and have what adventures for your kids? So that's kind of what we did. We just sat down and, you know, dreamed up. What do we want to do as our dream? And our big thing we did this last year, our summer reward, was the USS Midway sleepover. And so the kids had the opportunity to then, you know, earn their way with that. But this was last year's budget. I didn't have the most current one to show them, but this kind of shows what our initial goal was and commission per scout. We were able to far exceed this, like I said, so there are a lot of extra things we ended up doing. We built an amazing float for Veterans Day Parade. We were able to send, I believe, how many scouts went, Jamie? 36 to Midway? 28 scouts to USS Midway, so it's pretty amazing. And so just kind of incentivizing the scouts, just like Shannon said, we set $1,000 goal for our kids. Like, And when I heard Ryan, my first year, say, oh, no, it takes 8 to 10 hours. We pushed that hard with our kids and families. Said, listen, we're only asking for that much. But once they hit those numbers and they saw how easy it was very easy to get them excited about our push goals. So if you want to go to the next slide. Stand by.
There you go.
Okay. So this was kind of just something we use as a motivational tool. So we use our thermometer. And so we had a basic goal of $1,000 per scout. Scouts that had the 1250 had their USS Midway trip covered. And then each scout who sold $2,000, it covered one scout and one parent. So once they hit a 1250, they saw how easy it was. I mean, most of them were like, hey, I think we had all but 4. They were like, no, we're selling at least 2,000 at this point. Another big promotion for us that was wildly successful for all of our new recruits is once they hit $1,000, we put out a push goal to say, hey, if you sell 1,450, we will cover all of your pack dues for the year for new scouts only. And when we did that, every single new scout that joined sold that amount, every single one. So I can't understate the importance of having those basic goals for your scouts that are very easily attainable. And then for those that kind of want to push a little further, have those push goals. It makes a huge difference with getting your families on board. So yeah, I think that's it.
Hey, Elizabeth, you want to just talk about your display real quick?
Oh, yeah. So this is something new that we did last year is we actually got these crates at IKEA and we use them for our display for popcorn. So each of our storefronts, we ran about 3 storefronts a day last year. This year we have up to 5. We have up to 5, depending on which day it is that we're running with our kids. And you can see here, it just makes it nice and easy. And with our September winds that come in, it keeps everything from blowing off the table, which was really the main reason we started doing it. And this is Dylan. He was the #1 seller for popcorn at Council this last year. He was the lion last year. You good?
All right, one of the things we got requested was, how can one young scout sell almost $30,000 of popcorn? And we had a couple. And we thought, instead of us telling you, we're going to show you. So we've got a mock storefront. Yeah, that's what Dylan does. He dances. So get your dance moves in. But Dylan's going to actually show, we're going to have a sell. So we've got a customer that's going to come up and approach Dylan. We'll see how Dylan. So we got your mic on, Dylan. Is it working? Talk. Okay, all right. Take it away, Dylan.
Would you like to support my scouting? Oh, I would love to support your scouting. How can I do that? By getting some popcorn. Oh, sure. Let's see what do you have here. Let's see. Oh, there's so many different flavors. Which one is your favorite? I can't decide. I'll take care now. That looks good. I'll take one back. How much is that? $25. $25. Okay, so here you go.
Okay, now sometimes when the scout is approached, we have a different, we wish every customer is that golden, but we have customers say other things. So let's try a different approach.
Hi, Oh, hi. would you like to support my scouting? Oh, I wish I could. I have no cash. Maybe next time. Okay? We use your credit card. Oh, you do. Okay, gosh, already nice. I'll take the white cheddar.
All right, let's give Dylan another big hand. Great job, Dylan. And Dylan's got a little competition this fall. His younger brother is now a lion, so they're gonna have to split those cells. So we've got a few more of our top sellers will be up here a little bit later too to show So what are the steps to building a popcorn dynasty, like you've heard from 930 and from 96? And again, it all starts with building your plan. Decide your budget, what exciting things you want to do, what motivates your scouts. So build your plan. How can you maximize the sell? Not only just the storefronts, but going door to door, online, all the different ways to sell popcorn are critical. And then again, building your own unit incentives. We've got some great council incentives we're going to talk about, but how cool is it to build in a sleepover at the Midway, pizza party, Dude Ranch? Well, I've heard a lot of great examples of unit incentives. And again, communicate and have a fun, exciting kickoff. And yes, Josh is for hire if you want to bring him to do your kickoff. All right. Okay, invite your scouts to register. Make sure you get the app. So all the scouts have the app. Invite all your scouts to make sure they have that app. Again, hold a high energy unit kickoff, present your budget. This is why we're selling popcorn. These are the cool things we're going to be able to do. All right. And there's even templates for PowerPoint on the training tab of the website. Now, for years, we've been talking about this $1 million goal for the council. And 2022 is the year we're going to get on the goal. That's right. Sometimes you got to get lucky to hit your goal. So what better than invite Lucky, the mascot of the Silver Knights, to help us hit our $1 million goal. So as you can see, this year's theme is Go Knights Go. And, a few years ago, we tried the Golden Knights. But it's scouting, silver is actually higher than gold. So we're going for silver with the Silver Knights this year. And we're going to tell you about the cool things we've got planned. Now, how are we going to sell $1 million worth? Well, we got to have popcorn. So what's our popcorn lineup? Very similar. You guys got to taste it. It's fresh off the truck back there, except the pretzels. They won't be here till winter. But as you can see, they hold up quite nicely. But we've got our popcorn lineup. Yes, the prices are up slightly, but if any of you have been to the gas station or grocery store, everything's up. So, all right, it just means you don't have to sell as much to hit that $1,000. So go Scouts, go. But we've got all of the different products up here. The only two that are not part of the take order are the pretzels, because it's hot, they'll melt, and the kettle corn white cheddar box, because we've got that individually to sell. All right, so that is our product lineup. I did mention online direct. So there's a great way for your scouts to also sell online. For those that have keto diets or want something different, we got peanuts, coffee, beef jerky, all kinds of different products are available online as well. All right. And then new too, some people have asked at the storefronts, what are the allergens or other things? And when you pick up your popcorn tomorrow, we've got this sleeve with the product on the other side that you can have at your table too, to show the folks of, in case people are asking that when they come to your table. All right. So the cool thing about popcorn, I've been doing this 12 years, is we have such a great partner with Trails End. They are phenomenal. And they do all kinds of great things that have helped make popcorn sales easier. We've got the Trails End app. How cool is that? Make sure the rewards. Oh my gosh. We got that rewards program. We had scouts here get $4,000 Amazon gift cards last year. My goodness, crazy. All right. We also have the Trails End Online, another great way to sell. The Facebook communities. Now, how many times you want to call the council office at midnight, and there's a good chance I might answer the phone. But if not, if you go to the Facebook, you can get an answer right away for your popcorn questions. And then, of course, new as well as the storefronts. How many of you enjoyed having storefronts already? You didn't have to go out and get them. They were right there available for you. So it's my pleasure to invite the greatest rep who loves popcorn more than anything. Sometimes I refer to him as my cousin Larry, but Jared Shepard. Come on down. Mark Jester, Jared Shepard. Huzzah! All right, my friend. Take it away. Tell us about Trails End Technology.
All right. Thank you for letting me come. And thanks to all of you for taking time out of your schedules to be here tonight. Isn't Ryan awesome? Yeah. Isn't he great? I love it. Well, lots of great things. Loved hearing from Shannon. Loved hearing from Elizabeth. And such great tools. Those of you that are new, soak that in and reach out to them. I'm sure they'll be happy to help you. Sorry, Shannon and Elizabeth. Anyway, isn't that the scouting way, right? We all help each other. One of the things that we've done at Trails End over the last couple of years is made a big investment and became real committed to technology. And why? Because we want this sale to be as easy as possible for you. We want you to be able to come into the fall, use the tools that we have good systems and programs and things like that that work and help you sell, hit your goal, earn the money that you need to, and then get back to having a great year in scouting. We've come a long ways. In 2019, we did introduce the leader portal and the app. And it was a little rocky that first year. Got a little better in 2020. Actually, got a lot better in 2020 after that first year. And then in 2021, we continued to make some improvements. And even after last year's sale, we continue to make improvements. Not perfect, but it's certainly getting to where it becomes a real valid resource for you as leaders and for your families that are participating in the sale. So I want to make sure that everyone understands this. Those of you that have been using it know this already. But again, the leader portal is for you as leaders. That's where you will live and manage your sale. And that is through a web browser. So it's a website that you go to. New in 2022, that website is now mobile friendly. So prior to this year, if you tried to access the leader portal on Safari or Chrome, those of you who tried know that it really didn't work. So you had to access it on a laptop or a desktop or what have you. Well, new in 2022, we've redone all the screens and everything and made them all mobile friendly so that as you're on Saturday and Sunday and running around and your scouts are out selling and you need to do something in the leader portal, you're going to be able to access that through mobily. Is that right? Mobily? Anyhow, okay. So then the app is what the scouts and your families use to sell. And that is an app where your scout families will go to either the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, download the app, create their account, and then they'll be able to sell. Once your scouts create that account and they tie it back to your pack or troop or unit, then you in the leader portal have visibility to those sales. And so you literally, as they're out selling, you're going to be able to real time go into the leader portal and see the sales that your scouts are having. Okay? So here's a picture of the leader portal. I'm not going to go into depth, but for those of you that, if there's any of you that are new and don't have your username to the leader portal, get with Ryan, get with any of us tonight, and we can help you get registered. As you register your unit to sell, that's what gives you your username, where you can get into the portal and then be able to start managing your sale. So you can see here, it's got the big total sales, again, real time. In theory, one of these days, Shannon and Elizabeth will be able to just kick back on a Saturday in their family room with their feet up on the couch and just hit refresh on their portal and just watch their sales grow. I know it doesn't work that way, right, ladies? Soon, though, maybe someday. Anyhow, this is where you'll live. In this little section right over here, training is a ton of great resources. And I can't remember, Ryan, if we have a slide about the webinars. I think we do. In there, Trails Ends offers a webinar. We've recorded those webinars. So if you're new and say, gosh, how do I learn the leader portal? You can come in here once you get in, you can come into the training section and there's a great webinar recording that shows you in detail all those options of the leader portal and what each one of them does and all that, okay? So just a couple highlights here. This is where you're going to be able to order your popcorn. This is where you manage your scout roster, where you submit rewards at the end. Basically, everything that you need to do with the sale for you as a leader is done in the leader portal, okay? Okay, the app, we talked about that. Big thing with the app is that it's built on Square technology. And so it does, you can use Square readers. If you don't have a Square reader, you can still, within the app, take a credit card sale and enter the card in manually. So your scout is never, the scout that's selling with the app is never dead in the water in that they can't take a credit card just because they don't have a reader. They can always take a sale with a credit card. And I love the little role play there dealing with his mom to be able to, because it's so great. Those of you that have sold, there's nothing like having that consumer say, oh, I would, but I don't have any cash. And that scout comes back with that credit card statement. There's nothing better. So that credit card processing is free. That's between a partnership between us and the Las Vegas Area Council. We cover those fees for you. How great is that? Yeah, nice. Okay, moving right along. Again, talked about simpler, smoother. There are 3 modes in the app. When the scout goes into sell, he can go, if your unit is participating in storefronts and that scout has signed up for a storefront, when it's time for that scout to go sell, he or she goes into storefront mode, and it knows that they're signed up for the shift, and boom, they start selling. Okay. There's also the wagon mode, and that's any face-to-face sales. As the scout is in front of a grandma and grandpa or the neighbor or whoever, they can then make a sale and mark that sale as either delivered or undelivered, right? So you either have product or you don't. Either way, the app will be able to handle that scout and their situation with product. And then there's the online direct mode. We'll talk about that here in a minute. I won't go through all these things. We do have you can text the cart to the consumer. It's really cool. Scout families can turn in cash. Hey, those of you that have been a part of the sale know that that's a great feature. Instead of having all these families owe us cash and bringing cash to our house for you as a colonel, and you walking into the bank feeling a little weird with thousands of dollars in your pockets and in envelopes. Okay, families can now say instead they can use a credit card and pay you, the unit colonel, so that you don't have to have all that cash. It does easily handle multiple scouts within the family. So if you have a family that has 2 or 3 scouts, the system can handle that right within. They each can have their own account within the app. Okay. New this year is we added, pretty cool, after 2021, we had so many little, good competitive competition going on that we said, you know what, why don't we put the rankings right in the app? So now when your scouts out there selling, they're going to be able to see where they rank within their unit, where they rank within the council, and where they rank nationally. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Okay, here's some screenshots. Seen those before, pretty cool. Okay, let's talk about online sales. Ryan talked a little bit about just the challenges that we have. And so you can see this year, the threshold for free shipping has gone up. All I can say is just apologies, but we're doing our best. Last year, if you remember, we had our free shipping threshold, and anything below that, it was $8.99 per item, and then every additional item was 99 cents. First item was $8.99, each additional item. This year we just say, you know what, we have to raise that. And we just say, you know what, let's just make it $13.99. So if the order is below $70, then that consumer would pay a $13.99 shipping and handling fee. If it's over 70, then that $13.99 disappears. Okay. We do have a couple heavy items that apply to, there's a $3 charge on the popping corn in the microwave, no matter whether you're over 70 or under 70. If you're under 70, you'd pay the $13.99, and if you had 1 popping corn, then you'd pay an additional 3. Okay? If you're over 70, the $13.99 goes away, but you have a popping, so the consumer would pay just 3. Okay? So hopefully you get that. So there's always going to be a $3 charge if there's a microwave or popping. If there's no microwave or popping, then it's 70 and above is free. And then below that would be the $13.99. Okay. You kind of see that we do have, let's talk about this one, just real quick on how that works, because this is new since 2020, a new little feature. In the past, the only way you could really do an online sale in the app was to share your page, right? So the scout gets a unique code and a link, and they can share that link through email or text. And back in 2019, the only thing that the scout could do with online sales in the app was share their page. Okay. Well, now we have an online direct mode where I literally can be in front of a consumer, or I can have Grandpa Clifton or Uncle Clifton. Sorry.
That came out wrong. So it was, dang it.
We're going on.
It was uncle. Right, anyway. Sweet.
Sorry, I got my neighbor Clifton on the phone and he says, yes, I'll support you. In the past, I would have to say, all right, Clifton, I'm going to send you a link. Would you click on it? And all the responsibility and onus was on Clifton, right? Well, now, once I get Clifton on the phone and he says, yes, I literally can say, well, how about if I send you some caramel and some cheese? And you say,
Yeah, of course.
yeah, so he's right. I can then literally in the app over the phone, take that order for Clifton. And if he's willing to give me his address and credit card over the phone, then I can complete the sale. If he says, hey, I'm any other way to, I'm really not comfortable giving you my credit card, well, then guess what? I can text that card to Clifton's cell phone number. He can then click on it, that he'll get a text, it have a link, he'll click on the link and it'll take him to the cart and he can then finish the sale on his own without having to. Okay, you did. Yeah, that's amazing. I just thought it and it went. Someday. Okay, so that's pretty cool with online direct. Okay? We also have a auto share feature, really powerful, really cool. You know, I feel like you kind of need to give a warning to your parents, but because basically when you go into auto share, the system has the ability to then send an email or a text to every contact on that phone. How great is that? Now, before you start, freaking out, you do, the end user does have to give the app permission to the contacts. If you don't want that to happen, you just say no. And it's not an all or nothing. You can select all, but you can go in and see all the contacts on mom or dad's phone and go through and plug and say, yes, send it to them, and hit enter, and it would send all those emails or text all at one time. Okay? You can even set up campaigns where you say, keep bugging them every 3 weeks until they buy. Okay? So some real powerful stuff with the auto share. Check it out. Okay, Ryan, you want me to talk about this?
Yeah.
We already talked about the storefronts.
Yep.
Basically, when you go into the portal, you've got two options here. Those of you that have done this already know that when you go into storefront reservations, that's going to show you the stores that we have, our team at Trails End has booked, worked with Ryan and Amanda and the team to get. And all you have to do, if you go in there and see the store you want, you literally hit a little blue button that says reserve. And that store is now yours and you own it. And you can, all you have to do is show up with your scouts to sell. Okay. So that's the reservation. Reservation is purely you selecting the stores that we've put out there. Okay. Once you choose a store in reservations, it goes into your management section. Okay. So if I were to come in here and go into my management and there's no stores there, and I jumped into reservations and I went to the calendar and I found some on some weekends that I wanted to sell at that were available. And I hit reserve, 3 stores. Once I'm done with that, I would come into management and I would see those 3 stores there in my management screen. And from there, I'm able to go in and I can choose each of those stores, how many shifts I want. I can designate how many scouts I want to work each of those shifts. You can even designate what day you want those shifts to be available for your scouts to see. Okay, pretty cool. So you're saying, okay, now wait a minute, you register, you get them here in the leader portal. How does the scout see them, right? Well, remember back in the app, the scout goes to storefront mode. They can go to the calendar and they can see the shifts that you have made available to them and they can claim them. Okay. Hey, pretty cool. Getting a few little looks like, what the heck is he talking about? But watch the leader, go to the leader portal and watch the webinar and it'll explain it. But it is those of you that used it, pretty simple, pretty intuitive. Okay, good. There's a little testimonial. Yes.
So
Oh.
you can do all of that, like schedule the scouting and schedule the store and what time.
Yep.
You can also like designate which scout is going to be working that store that day. That shift.
Yes. In other words, if they, what, yeah.
Go ahead and repeat the question.
The question was, can you designate a scout that's going to work a certain shift if they don't sign up for it in the app? Right? Yeah. You can control it. In fact, if you have a scout that shows up unannounced and sells with another scout there, and if you look in the system, all you have registered is the one scout, okay? You can go back afterwards and say, this scout worked with this other scout, and the system will sync it all up for you. Okay, does that answer your question? Okay, great question. Okay, you can see there's a couple screenshots. As of today or yesterday, we had booked with the stores. This isn't Ryan, you're going to talk about Smith's, right? But the stores that we booked 9,000 hours, and you guys have claimed 5,000, 5,100. Pretty cool. So I don't know if anybody's done the math there, but there's still some hours out there for you to go claim, okay? All right. Rewards, you guys all know how, those of you that have been a part of the sale for many years back when there used to be the paper forms, the physical prizes, and you would have to figure out everybody's sales and then find out from the scout what prize they wanted from the level, and then we'd ship you the prizes and you'd have to distribute them, and holy cow, what a nightmare. Now, literally with rewards, the system will keep track of sales by scout. Literally at the end of the sale, once you finalize and you've got all your scout sales in the system, you literally go into the rewards section on the leader portal and you check everything out and you say submit and you're done. And those gift cards will then be delivered to your scouts after a short little waiting period. So really, really cool. Lots of great benefits. A little bit of change with our rewards program. Yes. Question real quick. That's all right.
So what if one of our scouts can't remember her name or password or whatever, so she just keeps making a new one?
Yeah.
Making a new one.
Yeah. Yes.
And then keeps making another one. How do we like make
So let's see, that was 4. They have 4. I'm just kidding. 3. Okay. Well, let's get together. We can get with our support group and figure out, I mean, as long as if your scout had an account in 2021, they sold, got their gift card and they're good. And then in 2021, they started again. Technically they're fine. But in talking to your gal next to you, that maybe there's some stuff from previous years that they never claimed, things like that. We can work that out. I mean, we can find out those usernames and figure out how we can bring them back or whatever. Okay. Here's the rewards. Little bit of change in the multipliers during basically this year for an online sale and a cash sale. The scout will receive 1 point for each dollar. Okay, so we are on a point system. For credit card sales in the app, your scouts will earn 1.25 points for every sale that they make. Okay? So a little less of a multiplier than we've had the last 2 years. But one good piece of news is that our levels did not change. So that 500 points at that entry level is the same as it was last year. We've got, still have a multiplier. We've got a little higher prices. Scouts should have if they hit one of these levels last year, they should have no problem hitting that same level. In fact, even going higher in 2022. Here's the leader portal of the webinars that I talked about. If you go to that training tab, you'll see here's the ones you're looking for right here. New kernel webinar. Okay, if you're new, I strongly encourage you to go watch this. Again, we'll go through the leader portal in depth. We may even have a cameo appearance, right? From Elizabeth. I think you might be in this. Anyways, and then for those of you that have done it before, you want a little refresher, come in here and you can watch the returning kernel. Again, leader portal training, and look at our videos. You'll find those 2 webinar recordings. We also have, if you go out to the trails-in.com/webinars, we do have what we're calling open office hours, and every Wednesday, and you can go out and register for them. Basically, it's just a chance for you to get on and ask your questions to our team. So if you're struggling with something, anything system related, anything on, want some advice on maybe some incentives that your unit's doing or how best to handle storefronts, whatever the question is, our team will help you on these. So, okay. A little singing. We also, Ryan already talked about the Facebook communities. If you're not on our Facebook group, strongly encourage you to get on during the sale. You can see it's very, very active. And Ryan is accurate in that if middle of the night, you want an answer, you can get on there. You can text Facebook to 62771, and that'll send you a link for you to be able to request to join our group. Okay. Thank you. I think that's it for me. And yes.
Can't go for questions. So if you have them split up to do 2 or 3 hour shifts, but their 3 hours is officially over, and 11:05 instead of 11, but the other scout that was supposed to be there at 11 isn't yet, will the app still allow them to take the sale under that storefront, or do you have to add them on that other shift? Is there like an overlap at the time?
Yeah.
Or is it like a hard shut off?
I know year one, it was a hard shut off and we had a lot of issues and but it's not now. I'm saying in year one it was, and we had a lot of issues, but we fixed that, right? I'm going to turn to these experts, but yeah, you'll be all right. And
Pretty much ask every sale, is it continuing till fifth, or you starting until the new shift?
so 20 minutes into it, are still there answering yes, yes, yeah, perfect. Thank you. Okay. Well, thanks for letting me be here and best of luck to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Jared Shepherd. Sir Jared Shepherd of the Trails End. Huzzah! Now we'd like to bring back up Sir Ryan Moon of the Popcorn Colonel himself, and we will kick off some more. All right. Go for Patrick, King Patrick here. All right. Okay, let's go into some key council information that you're all asking about. As you know, we've broken our sale into 3 segments this fall. We have the early bird sale, which actually kicks off this weekend. And for those of you, we have 41 units that are participating in the early bird sale. Come and get your popcorn tomorrow. If you haven't scheduled the time, see Amanda in the back. I think pretty much everybody has. If you've got an afternoon time, if I haven't told you, we just found out today our warehouse closes a little early. So if you've got a time, 3 o'clock or after, we'll be moving the popcorn here. You'll pick it up at the council office in the afternoon. If you go back to your unit and you say, wait, what's this early bird? Basically, it's from now through the end of September. If you guys jump on the app and want to schedule a store in mid-September or one later this month, and we did order a little bit extra popcorn. So you can talk to me afterwards or see about if you'd like to participate in the early bird sale. But our main regular sale, which coincides with the Smith stores, and again, just a little plug, the Smith stores are not on the storefront reservation. There's a form you need to fill out. Amanda has them in the back. Make sure you get your Smiths. The more stores you select, the better chance you are of getting a Smith store when you would like it. If you only want 1 or 2 stores, but if everybody wants that same store, it's going to be hard to get the dates you'd like. But fill those out, and those are due on the 17th. And then we'll have your assignments plenty of time before the second sale order, the regular sale. So your orders are due on Friday, September 9th is when you need to turn in your order for the regular sale. And that pickup will be on Thursday, the 29th of September. So come in right before that first weekend. Again, we've got 5 weekends of Smith stores.
So we can put our order for the regular sale in any time from now until then.
No, it's not live yet. So we have to put it in. We have to make it live, which we will in a couple of weeks. But yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, but right now it's not open to
Will
place an
you let
order.
us know when it goes live?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll send out an email saying it's open to place an order. Yep. And purposely, we're having it closed. So you guys are going to get the advantage from our early bird units to get an idea of what's selling, if there's a hotter product this year that's flying off the shelves. We think the $20 kettle corn is going to go crazy, things like that. So any insider tips we get from our early bird units, we'll pass along that might help influence you when you place your orders. Okay, so that is the regular sale. And then we also have a holiday sale that basically, as you know, with the app, you can sell popcorn year round. It never shuts off. And in fact, our top seller right now sold $400 on January 1st because he was hoping it would count for last year, but it was midnight Eastern time, so he got a jump start on this year. So the holiday sale, we'll have additional corn coming in early December. And if you do take orders, if you take the take order form, mom or dad takes it to the office and orders popcorn that way, that's when that popcorn will come in. If anybody orders the pretzels or the box of corn, that's what you'll order on the 14th of November. And then that will be ready for pickup on December 1st. So just make sure your parents are aware of that. Somebody orders popcorn next week and, hey, where's it at? How come I haven't got my pretzels? Well, remind them that those don't come in until December, but a key on that. So those are our three different sales that we have this year that you can participate in. Key dates that we've talked about. We've talked about the early bird pickup tomorrow, the youth kickoff. This is a free event if you pre-register. It's free for the whole family. You cannot register as a pack. You can't say our pack or troop is coming with 20 scouts. We need to know families, and mainly so we have enough food and enough support. We'll talk about the youth kickoff here in a bit, but the early bird sale is August 5th through September 29th. Your Smith stores and banners. You guys see all the great banners. Again, to have a great display, you've got to have signage and banners. There'll be a banner form that Amanda will be sending out most likely next week. That if you'd like to order any additional banners, we will have a Heroes and Helper banner that we'll be providing to you for the regular sale pickup. But then if you want any additional, if you're running multiple storefronts on a weekend, you might want to order extra banners, and they're just $10 a piece for these great banners that you see. All right. We've got the regular sale at Smith's. It's 5 weekends in a 6-weekend period. The weekend of October 23rd, please do not sell popcorn. Please come to our Scout Expo. We would love to see you at Scout Expo. All right. If you didn't stop by and see Eileen in the back, a lot of great programs happening year round, and especially this fall. Make a quick plug. We've got program kickoff next Thursday. Come on out and hear about all the great programs, including our new flag rugby program we're launching this weekend. Our esports, we've got an e-tennis program launching this weekend. Heck, we've even got a jump off the stratosphere next week. So for $1,000, you can have somebody from your unit jump. For $2,000, you don't have to jump. So see one of the guys in the blue shirts and sign up, or be brave like Fred there in the back and be a jumper. Exactly. All right. Okay. So a lot of great, and then we do accept returns. The last date to turn in any unsold product is November 14th. And then again, you see the holiday sale up there. The commission structure. We're still trying to make sure to maximize that you receive the highest commission possible. It starts with a base commission of 30%. Everybody gets a base commission. We have a Scouts honor. We ask that everybody, behave like Scouts. We are Scouts. Just follow all the deadlines. Turn in all the reports, the things requested, and you're going to earn an additional 2%. We also ask that you sell 80% of what you check out. So if you check out 10K, sell 8,000, return less than 2. That's part of that bonus. All right. Then we have an additional 10K bonus. If your unit sells over 10,000, which you can do in 10 hours, that we've heard, and you sell more than 90% of what you check out. So again, you're returning less than 10%, but you're selling over 90%, you'll get an extra 2%. And then backed by popular demand, $1 more commission. Increase your sales over last year by $1, we'll add 2%. Now, somebody might say, well, we're a brand new unit. We didn't sell last year. Guess what? You sell one item, you already earned a 2% bonus. How cool is that? All right. So you can earn up to 36% cash commission. This doesn't include prizes, other incentives. And then the online direct, it's kind of hidden up, but you can see it's a straight 30% for the online direct. All right, let's talk about some of our incentives. Next slide, Josh. It's not working. Next slide. All right. We talked about our partnerships with the Silver Knights. We've got some cool patches. We've got a participation patch. So if you're any scout that sells one item, we'll get this really cool Silver Knights popcorn sell patch. All right. With our Heroes and Helpers program, this is the year 2022. Any scout that does over $222 in Heroes and Helpers donation will get a council shoulder strip that, yes, you can wear it on your scout uniform. It will be an official patch for the council to support all of the local nonprofits. We'll show you some of those. Now, as a leader, well, that's pretty cool for the scouts, but how can I get one of those patches? For every 5 scouts in your unit that earn a Heroes and Helper patch, a leader will qualify as well. So pretty cool. So make sure you're getting the patches. This program is near and dear to us. Last year, we distributed over $108,000 of popcorn locally. Give yourselves a big hand. 108,000. Now, for the units down south in River Mountain, whatever donations are collected from your scouts in your communities will get donated 100% back to your communities. Miss Heather went to all the local food banks and delivered thousands of dollars of popcorn from the donations that your scouts earned last year. Here in Las Vegas, just some of the cool nonprofits that benefited from your donations. One of our favorites is the Serving Our Kids Foundation. Every Friday, they take a backpack of food to over 2,500 local area kids that don't have food over the weekend. They make sure they have food for the weekend. And for Christmas, they all got a bag of caramel corn. How cool is that? Over $23,000 of caramel corn was donated through your donations. One of our great partners for Scouting for Food is the Salvation Army. Last year, we were able to give them over $21,000 of popcorn that they also distributed in the community. How cool is that? One of our favorites as well for our veterans who we dearly love. The last few years, we've been able to go to the VA hospital. And as you can see, over $32,000 was donated to the VA hospital that they in turn give out to. Do we have any veterans here? I know we've got Odd One there. Thank you for your service, and we love you and we support you. So yes. So this is how we're able to give back. So when you collect those donations at the storefront, and again, I got to remind you, we have this every year. We have units say, well, we don't get any credit for it. If you get a $15 donation, it's the exact same as selling a $15 bag of caramel corn. You put it in the app, you get unit commission right off that donation. Your scouts get the points towards the rewards. And then in turn, at the end of the sale, we donate that popcorn right back to the local community. So it's a win-win all around. So again, thank you for your participation and keep those donations coming in. And as you can see, that's also part of the code of conduct on all the storefront sales to submit those donations. Youth Kickoff. We want to excite your scouts just like we got you guys excited tonight. We're having a party on Saturday, August 27th, here at the Engelstead Park. We'll have Lucky, the mascot, will be here from the Silver Knights to take pictures with your scouts. We're going to open up training camp. This will be a training camp for our scouts. You're going to hear from the top sellers. They're going to learn their sales techniques. They're going to make sure they have the app working, and they're going to have an opportunity to sign a contract and get a bonus for joining our $2,500 club. So make sure your scouts are signed up. Come on out. There'll be food, fun, and then stick around for a movie afterwards. A hockey theme, probably Miracle, will be shown on the big screen. So bring your lawn chairs and blankets and plan on staying a few hours to enjoy a movie in the park. But we hope you join us for that. And then as I said, we are so excited to partner with the Silver Knights this year. And earlier this week, we had the opportunity to go tour the brand new Dollar Loan Center. Have any of you been to the Dollar Loan Center? What a remarkable facility. If you've been to T-Mobile, it's a little bit more intimate, about a fourth the size. but it's got some of the same features. And we're gonna have a scout night in late January. And for every scout that sells over $2,500 of popcorn, they're gonna get a free ticket to that game. And it's gonna be scout night, so all scouts will be able to buy tickets to that game and their family. And we're gonna have recognition. The top selling scout in the council is gonna drop the honorary puck for the opening. Our top selling troop in the council for our older scouts, they'll be on ice doing the flags. And our top selling unit, whether it be pack or troop, they're gonna be up in the castle. They got this cool castle area, and they're gonna get recognized as the #1 selling unit in the entire council. And then we're also working, if they're planning on lifting the COVID restrictions, that all the players will come out on the ice after the game, and all scouts that are there for scout night will be able to go down on the ice and get autographs. So something that they don't do, but they're doing just for us, the scouts. So, all right, go Knights, go. We're excited about that. And then Big Spin Party, our top 50, the best of the best. That's right. We spin and win great prizes. That will be in January. It's just another recognition to recognize our top sellers. But again, a lot of great prizes. Add these to your unit incentives, and we are going to hit that $1 million. What do we need to do? So again, if your unit's not signed up, sign them up now. Go on that portal that Jared mentioned and watch one of those webinars. Get ready to be a part of this phenomenal sale. Get in that Facebook group. Build your plan, your budget, and your kickoff. Invite all your scouts to get the app and attend the youth kickoff on the 27th. Claim your storefronts, turn in your Smith's request. Make sure that's turned in, all right? And then make sure you have your order in by the 9th. And down the bottom, you can't see, but it says learn from a top seller. And I think we're gonna do a little bit more of that right now. All right, Patrick.
William W., pack 295.
We like to support scouts by buying some popcorn or donating.
What do you got?
We have caramel corn for 10, popcorn for 15, sweet salty cow corn for 20, blazing hot for 20 as well, cinnamon corn cheddar. And we have salted caramel corn for 25.
What's your favorite?
My favorite is kettle corn.
All right, I'll take a bag of that.
All right. Would you like to support scouts by donating or buying popcorn?
You know, I don't have any cash.
We take cards.
Yeah, you know, I'm just not interested.
All right, thank you for sparing your time. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Rock R, through 219.
So the three main things that have helped me when I was selling are keep eye contact, ask everybody, and keep it short and sweet. So. Hi, would you like to help support scouting?
Oh, I'm kind of in a hurry right now. So thanks.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Making everyone, whether they say yes or no, is good too.
Yes.
Hi, would you like to help support scouting?
Oh, I don't have the cash on me.
Well, we take card.
Oh, I don't have that either.
We take Venmo.
Okay, I can do that.
Hi, would you like to help support scouting?
Help them support what?
Help me support, I'm trying to earn my way to scout camp.
Which camp?
Not really sure yet. Depends, I just went to Philmont.
Oh, you did? Nice, okay. Sure, what do you got?
We have peanut corn.
I'm vegan, so,
Oh, okay, so we have caramel corn
okay.
and I think it is popping corn.
Okay. And what is right?
15 and 15.
Okay, I'll take this, that way I can see that myself.
Wait.
Okay.
Alexander B. Back to line 6.
That some of the things that I know is $20 for white cheddar, Bleeding Heart 20, salted caramel 25, 73% I get back. How much is that? $18.
And then what do you use that one for?
To go camping and
What was your summer trip?
we went to the USS Midway.
What are some of the things that you do with your scout money from this?
We do rockets. We do the pilot duty as well.
Let's thank all of our scouts. Let's go.
There's my three brave scouts that went up there. Come here, Brock. Let's go, William. All right, come on back up here. I know Dylan had to leave. We didn't grab him before he left, but you guys did such a phenomenal job. We got a Henderson Silver Knight puck we want to give you. All right, we got the logo or Lucky the mascot. Which one would you like? All right. Okay. Come on up here, buddy. Which one would you like? Okay. Now we must be for Dylan, for him helping as well. All right. You know, a lot of pressure for these guys to be in front of you, but when they're one-on-one at the store, they are so phenomenal. And that's what it is. You know, I remember when my son was selling popcorn and camp cards to go to Jamboree. And that first weekend, I mean, he wouldn't even make eye contact and he was shy and looking down. But people were so grateful to see the uniform. You saw our scouts wear the uniform. It's so powerful. But then after that second day, the second weekend, he was making eye contact. I saw him grow before my eyes selling popcorn. And I can't put a price tag on that. So again, popcorn is preparing these young men and ladies for life. So give it up again for our top sellers. Great job there. Thank you again for attending our leader kickoff. It's going to be a great sale, $1 million sale. That's right. If you've got any questions, Jared and I will be around. Make sure you see Amanda in the back. There's still some great popcorn if you want one for the road. Be safe. We'll see you. A lot of you will see tomorrow picking up your popcorn. But looking forward to a phenomenal sale this year. Give yourselves another big round of applause. And thank you, those that joined us online. Do we have any questions in the chat, Josh? All right.